Hey, how are you? Now I want to tell you a story from my past. These are events that are true to my memory. And this is when I was the age of 16. Where we used to live at was a apartment complex. It was called Arcadian Gardens, but we nicknamed it Little City because it was a sprawling complex of 3-level high apartment buildings, and outside looked like rock buildings. I used to name it Bedrock, but some buildings, instead of 3 floors, had a 4th floor that was basically an access area to the roof, so any of the maintenance people can just go up top and walk the whole entire complex. It was about the size of a small city. When I was living there, my brother, who I've always known as to be an idiot, was very harassing to me. And my other sister, she was there also. So I'm in my room, and then I didn't even know my sister let my brother in the house. He was there off and on. So basically just listening to music. And he comes into my room, huffing and puffing, accusing me of stealing money from him. And I was like, I don't know what the hell you talking about. I ain't take nothing from you. And him being older than me, bigger than me, he roughed me up. And I was like, yo, I didn't take nothing from you. Leave me alone. Leave me alone. At the time, my mother was out. She would not let that happen. So, he just stopped whatever he was doing. He said, don't ever take from me again. I said, I ain't take no money from you. Better learn to count. And I ran out the house. Angry, somewhat tearful, because how can someone who claims to be my brother treat me so badly throughout the years? So I know of one of the buildings that has a 4th floor connecting, and I went there, climbed upstairs. I was on the 4th floor. It's an empty space, so I just sat there sulking, thinking some really crazy ideas. So in the corner of my eye, I see something moving. And I looked, and I see something that resembled a shadow. Now where I'm positioned at, there's no car lights or anything that has a reflection to have a figure. And I looked, and things seemed to have looked at me with these piercing yellow eyes. I'm like, what the hell is that? And it started getting bigger and bigger and bigger. It was moving towards me. I didn't know what the hell to do. I was so much in fear. I was frozen. But dealing with my idiotic brother, and now I gotta deal with this, I became angry. The thing kept looming up closer to me, and I looked at it, and I said, leave me alone. I've been through a lot of shit today. Leave me alone. It stopped. and he just like stared. I said, "Leave me alone. Of all the times to bother me, you better leave me alone. I'm in the evilest mood right now. Go away." So eventually, the shadow went backwards and it started to shrink till you couldn't even see it no more. So that was my cue. I ran downstairs, ran through the courtyard, and I went back home. So about the next couple of days, I was talking to a friend of mine, David, and I told him exactly what happened. And he was like kind of shocked. He was like, "You mean that little fourth floor on the other side building?" Yes. Yes, the utility floor. And he said, "Oh, you haven't heard?" I said, "Heard about what?" "Someone got killed up there, or he died up there." I said, "What are you talking about?" "There was a guy who was robbing the drugstore, and then he robbed the liquor store, but he didn't realize that the liquor store, the guy always had a gun behind the register. So he trying to hold up the liquor store owner. The owner of the liquor store shot him. As he ran across the street over to the complex. Now for some reason he knows about the fourth floor also. So he ran and ran. I think the police were on his way. And he got to the fourth floor. And he tried to hide out over there. He just bled out and died. Now people were complaining that they smelled this horrible scent coming upstairs. The custodians went and checked and found the man dead, decomposing. So you might have ran into his ghost. Now my mouth was open wide and I was in shock. I didn't hear anything about this whatsoever. I usually don't deal with all the little business that goes on around there. I just keep to myself. But I never heard of anyone got shot and died on that fourth floor. So afterwards, I never ever tried to go and hide up on those four floors. I mean, we used to do all kinds of things up there. Just hide, have a little hideout, a little hangout, bring girls up there, make out. But I never, ever tried to go back up there again. But of course, you can see why. Thank you, and have a great day.